I don't know yet. I'm gonna see on this one.
Oh, you went there for the last one?
No, I was still between you guys.
Better shot over here. I'm gonna step back. Just get there.
Salute. And salute. Ready, two. Ready, doors. Ready, pop. Ready, open. Ready, close. Ready, shut. Yep. Ready, two, one. Ready, face.
Finland is next.
Yes.
Do they have a photographer? Oh, okay. Live camera.
copy on that. All right. Cool. Gotcha. Thank you, Jesse. Thanks for the call.
Be nice.
You want to try here one?
Okay, Brandon.
And then they were practicing to get ready. Very good.
All right, Brandon. Brandon. All right, so we are set to receive protocol is saying roll. Excellent, excellent. That's great. Thank you.
Are you going to take vacation?
No.
I know you.
Hey, Brandon, sorry about that.
Okay, you probably
Brandon?
seen a bunch of statements.
Brandon? 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 Hello, Brandon. Brandon? Okay, I got you. Sorry about that.
Pop. Ready, open. Ready, close. Ready, shut. shut. Ready, face.
Happy to be here again. Thank you.
Forward march. Swing.
Comment je récupère le dossier sur les chaînes? La demande, je fais suivre si je peux les deux.
Probably not.
Was that over there? Is it president?
I'll take it.
Ready, two. Ready, face.
Okay, Brandon, I'll talk to you up there, okay?
We're done? Doug.
Yeah, I think they're this one.
Thank you.
Dougie.
Thanks.
Dobra, a ty podzielaj tak.
Doug.
Właśnie wtedy kto przyjechał, kto nie przyjechał. Thank you. Dobra, gratuluję.
Oh my god, no.
They such.
Dobra, teraz nie stanę przed kamerą, no bo to jest ten moment, gdy spojrzałem do Zelenskiego, ale jestem z tyłu, jak to więcej zadowolony, że wiem, że to będzie szanowej, tak?
My friend. Me? Yeah. Any room spare? Thank you, appreciate it.
How's that?
Here you go, I got a little bit more. This What's that?
How's that?
Excellent, thank you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Come on, Kipper.
Oh, when it's happening, told about.
Dobra?
Yeah.
You can use it.
Are you sure?
That's hilarious.
Sì, esattamente così, siamo in attesa esattamente qui del presidente Zelenski che sarà accolto da Donald Trump qui davanti alla ovest della Casa Bianca per tutti praticamente gli onori del momento, queste sono le guardie che rappresentano ogni Stato, proprio per questo bilaterale, questo faccia a faccia che sarà una ripetizione di quello che abbiamo visto a fine febbraio con le delegazioni, sarà presente anche Quieres e dovrebbe durare più o meno un'ora. Adesso all'1 il Presidente riceverà qui Zelenski, scopriremo anche quale sarà l'outfit che vediamo la storia della discordia nell'ultimo incontro e verso le 14:15 le vostre 20 ci sarà una foto vediamo tutti quanti i leader che in questo momento sono a pranzo e verso le 21 avremo un multilaterale dei leader probabilmente che capiremo qual è la posizione sia dell'Europa che di Zelenski. Ovviamente c'è la volontà che non si ripeta quello che succede Zelenski cacciato e Donald Trump arrivato con l'Ucraina. Ovviamente sono passati quasi 6 mesi, tanta acqua sotto i ponti, ovviamente adesso la volontà, come ha detto Trump, è quella di ottenere una pace, ottenere dei risultati, soprattutto lato progresso.
Słuchaj, a teraz trzymamy naszej mikrofon. Czy jest dobry dźwięk? Jest ok? Może tak być, jak teraz trzymam mikrofon. Próba, raz, dwa, trzy, 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 raz, dwa, trzy. Raz, dwa, trzy, próba dźwięku, raz, dwa, trzy, 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 raz, dwa, trzy. Próba, raz, dwa, trzy, raz, dwa, trzy, raz, dwa, trzy. Po prostu brakuje ręki, wiesz, myślałem, że może brakuje mi ręki, nie? Zobacz. Dobra.
Anybody worth it? So lost got mine.
Słuchaj, a teraz, raz, dwa, trzy. Bardzo próbamy, tak? Mam pytanie, załóżmy, jeśli nie wyjechałby Zełenski jakoś tak nagle przed moim live'em, czy jeżeli ja wam to powiem na ofie, to ty to usłyszysz, czy nie? To będzie takie wołanie na puszczy. Tak, ale chodzi o to, że zanim on wyjdzie w kadr, nie na live to wiadomo, że usłyszysz, tak po prostu wiesz, no trzeba usłyszeć zaraz, gdyby było tak. Dobra, ty bierzesz obrazek ode mnie, czy bierzesz skrót?
It's fine. I'm going to scream because I know if I get my shot.
There's not music together and like somebody's too.
All good. I'll lose it.
What?
I said I'm probably lose it. So. You're all good.
right next to the exhaust right now.
Yes, that's not the first year.
Yeah, so we do all of our time. So, I'm not going to draw, so that was Mr. Fletcher and Sergeant Becht. Sergeant Becht. Christopher Becht. No, I mean, it's just whoever was available to go. And my first big summit to multiple experience to go. And like, Fletcher's been around the longest in the office. He's been here for over 20 years. 20 plus years, yeah. He's been here because he first started off in the military and came on as a government civilian afterwards. So, yeah, he's been around forever. Well, he's just been doing it his whole life. I would say he always yeah, I actually haven't been in a while. I think I've been twice. I did one of our trips back in March, and then I got to do G7 actually, where we got the hey, y'all going home today. Oh, okay. Challenge. Gates open. Gates open. Is that a rainy crusher?
Gates are open.
Gates open.
Oh, it's raining.
They're not, nobody's come out, so.
They are.
Yeah, arrival's happening. Gates open.
I'm born ready.
And for how long will this stay?
It'll be fast, but they usually turn in late and are there for a second.
Okay, arrival's happening. Yeah, I gotta go. Bye.
Ja też mam taką nadzieję. Tak, więc jest największy.
Let's go.
caduta la linea.
Sygnalizował składniki, że nie służy pytaniu o zabijanie cywilów, zabijanie dzieci, jak również to, że prawo prezydenckie, kuzynę, czy tak zwane testy, oczywiście zależy czyje, znajdować, ale jeżeli chodzi o ekspertów, i ogromna liczba zawodowa jednocześnie zwolennica prezydenta również komentuje, ale z której sprawdzić, że oczywiście że Rosja jest krajem, z której stroną jest
Sta arrivando.
President Trump, sir, your message to the people of Ukraine as world leaders gather here today. And Russia continues to attack civilians, this time in Kharkiv, killing many.
Is there a just offer for peace on the table? Will you cede land to Russia?
I love them. I love them, right? You said I love them, right?
I never listened to it again. I never listened to it.
I love them.
She's videotaped her looking up her phone. Follow her. Margot.
I love them, right? Benjamin? I love them, right?
Alright, we're headed inside. Hit up. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coming through hot coffee.
Yep, hot coffee.
Hot coffee.
Hot pot. Hot pot. Hot pot.
That's her comment.
Gotta go?
Yep.
Whole thing?
Yep. You better do. Oh, exactly right here.
Love them.
Right. It's good.
One! Oh! One! One! Forward! One!
Ahora se van. Claro, se ve una serie. ¿Quieres van? Vamos, el 26. Ciao, ciao.
Yes, short answer was yes, it was. Excuse me, watch your head.
Ya está el feed live de la Casa Blanca. En YouTube.
Yeah.
The Oval Photo Op.
Me dice la televisión de la cabeza desde Reuters.
Sí, está hablando. ¿Me pasas el vídeo que no puedes sacar nada?
Sí. Pero me pones crédito. Me lo vas a robar.
Creo que necesito cargar mi móvil, pero...
De YouTube, ¿no? De White House.
¿Tú cuánto tiene de batería? Que se está muriendo.
Znaczy, po pierwsze, ktoś do mnie zaczął mówić w trakcie live'a i to tak dosyć natarczywie i zgłupiałem, myślałem, że spadłem, bo słyszałem słuchaj, Michał, zaraz cię weźmiemy, jak on będzie jechał, my weźmiemy cię znowu. I dlatego tak zamilkłem na antenie, więc nie wiem, kto to... No to... Nie, to było ciekawe. To było tak, jak ja poczułem, że spadłem i bo po prostu słyszę ciebie i po drugie, Michał, weźmiemy cię, jak on będzie jechał znowu. Ja tak, i dlatego tak przerwałem na antenie, więc to tak wszystko wyszło. To ty byłeś? A, dobra, okej, to dlatego. Dobra, bo to było do mnie. Nie, dobra, po prostu żebyśmy na przyszłość wiedzieli, nie? Słuchaj, ja jestem przed kamerą, ja mogę robić live'a jakby co, teraz jestem w gotowości cały czas. A możesz to zawiesić? Możesz to zawiesić?
Saco una foto, Jacopo. Jacopo. Thank you. Si puedes, saca una foto trabajando. Ya.
Te la saqué una buena.
Miro.
Pero es más bonita esta. Porque parece más que estás trabajando.
Es un poco raro más. Más de lejos.
Te la hice ya con el...
No, sin el white angle, como se me ve la gente pequeña.
Smile. Smile. Eso. No me pida 40 fotos porque no tengo batería.
No sacas muchas, a ver.
Te paso las que te sé que son buenas.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this was great. Sorry, I'm smiling. Yeah. No, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Claro, necesito... Dame un cable porque tengo dos enchufas.
Sigue el mío. Se ve el laptop, ok. Pequeñito.
Del mío.
No se escucha bien.
¿Qué cosa? No tengo la mínima idea de lo que se están diciendo. Puedo hacer un sip de coca. Questo è la cosa verde, l'ultima all'outlet. Cargando.
No.
Entonces no. cargar, se está cargándose. No carga.
Directamente sí, quizás.
No, sí, y necesito esta para sobrevivir. Entonces necesito cargar esta. Utilizza la compu para cargar tu mouse.
Tengo esa computadora que no va a estar comprando.
Pero no tiene, lo puedo utilizar como batería. Espera, tu cable. Ese es el... Entonces, ¿el otro dónde está? Ah, sí, lo que estás pisando.
Estoy haciendo mucho. No worry. Big. Sure.
Hey, Jacqueline, can you help me to grab my turtle? Thanks. Whose turtle is that?
I don't. It's Andrew Schwartz.
Okay.
Right. Sorry.
odbędzie się multilateralne spotkanie już w tamtej części Białego Domu. Rozmowy dotyczą oczywiście kwestii bezpieczeństwa, wojny w Ukrainie i ustaleń na Alasce. Zatem bardzo ciekawy dzień w Białym Domu i czekamy oczywiście na efekty tych rozmów. Polecam Radio na bieżąco stąd z Białego Domu, sprzed gabinetu owalnego, w tej części właśnie Białego Domu na bieżąco przebieg dzisiejszych rozmów.
Stay for like a few more minutes. I wanna hear what they say. What's that? Oh no. Okay. Look how we need it. I soften. I think the reason I floated with you is like the only reason to kind of make it on sliced on top of it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Were you the one that asked that question? Sorry, I can hear it.
La luz es mejor ahora, ¿eh? Hay más luz. ¿La necesitas tu luz ahora? ¿A qué hora lo tienes? ¿Después me puedes prestar cuando termines? ¿La luz tuya? Vale. Me llevaré como 15 minutos. Uno, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, probando. Dos, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You have a sock for me if you want, right? Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, this is a virtual meeting. By the way, right behind me here in the West Wing, the tone here is distinctly more amicable, as you mentioned, than it was just 6 months ago when President Zelenski and the President Trump in the Oval Office. There was that explosion inside the Oval Office that led to a lot of questions about the today, however, President Trump speaking with President Zelensky. One of the headlines of the out of this meeting, the President was asked twice whether he would be willing to send U.S. troops to the Ukraine, and he answered one way or the other, but he did not rule this out. And also, President Trump said that directly after this meeting, he would call Russian President Vladimir Putin and start getting trilateral together between President Zelensky and President Putin. Here's some more from President Trump said just a few moments ago before the Oval Office. Now, a slew of European leaders are here at the White House to see special photo between President Trump and just
Aquí hay salida, ¿no?
No,
Sí.
por allá, por allá.
said what the black jacket, somber, worked with President Zelensky. This comes after 6 months ago, President Zelensky was arrested for the military sign of respect for President Zelensky. Why don't our president was that
President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky just took questions from reporters in the Oval Office, and it could not have been more different than their meeting or sit down back in February that grew incredibly intense. You saw there the Ukrainian president today he was incredibly grateful about the meeting in the White House back in February. He was grateful enough. He said he was grateful to President Trump. He said that he was grateful for the U.S. NATO program that allowed member states to buy weapons from the U.S. and launch them into Ukraine. He also saw Trump being much more measured than we've seen in the past. One thing to keep in mind is going into this meeting, President Trump wants two things. One, he wants to be able to get a trilateral meeting with Russian President and two, ultimately, he wants an end to this Ukrainian war. So he was much more measured than we've seen in the past. In fact, he actually didn't take the bait on a number of questions. So remember back in February, that was something President Trump kept saying to Zelensky, you don't know the car. You're commenting, saying that it's something that he wanted to get into. But Zelensky himself was asked at one point whether or not he was going to keep letting Ukrainian troops die or if he was going to withdraw the maps. Pretty loaded question there. He answered by saying that there is a diplomatic resolution. The diplomatic resolution to ending this war. Now, one of the striking parts of the entire sit-down was that President Trump was asked about security, given Ukraine's security, whether it comes from NATO, whether it comes from the United States. He specifically asked about if that security, if they were to come to a deal, would it be containing or would it be U.S. units on the ground? And he wouldn't answer that question directly, and he didn't rule it out, saying he was going to have a conversation with the European leaders that they could take leaders on it because they're over there in Ukraine, but that he wasn't ruling out the United States being involved in that security. Now, as we move forward, one thing we're watching closely is that President Trump said that he had spoken to Putin indirectly before this meeting, was going to have another conversation directly with the Russian president after he meets with both Zelensky and the European leaders. He also said that he believes that if a trilateral meeting is to happen, it could bring an end.
robimy? Okej. Tak, po prostu linki dał znać. Ja po prostu nie wiem, czy aktualne, czy nieaktualne. Dobra, a do mnie jakie pytanie? Bo ja też odsłuchałem tego Trumpa też i mogę też jakby odwrót skomentować, wiesz, jakby pierwsze wrażenia. Dobra, tych najnowszych komentarzy to nie znam, no bo tutaj dopiero zostało powiedziane. Nie wiem, co to jest tam. Co się obuduje wokół tego, co się wydarzyło, z tym, co było mówione, jakie były obawy. Może tak publicystycznie po prostu, to prawda może być. Dobra, no to czekam na wieści, hej.
Si de hecho ha asegurado el presidente de Estados Unidos. Si de hecho ha asegurado el presidente de Trump que llamará a Putin tan pronto acabe el acuerdo. Si de hecho ha asegurado el presidente Trump dentro del despacho oral. Sí, de hecho ha asegurado el presidente Trump dentro del despacho oval que llamará a Putin tan pronto termine su reunión con Zelensky. Tampoco ha descartado el mandatario de Estados Unidos enviar tropas a Ucrania como garantías de seguridad en caso de alcanzar un acuerdo de paz entre Kiev y Moscú. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que Ucrania está lista. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que Ucrania está dispuesta a encontrar una vía diplomática para no decir a la guerra, pero de responder si está dispuesta a ceder territorio como ha sugerido Donald Trump para alcanzar ese acuerdo. Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump que llamará a Vladimir Putin tampoco. Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump en el despacho oval que llamará a Putin tan pronto como termine su reunión con Zelensky. También ha dicho, un poco descansado. Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump que llamará a Putin tan pronto termine con su reunión con Zelensky aquí en el despacho oval. Tampoco ha descartado el envío de tropas de Estados Unidos a Ucrania en caso de alcanzar un acuerdo de paz entre Kiev y Moscú. Como garantías de seguridad. Tampoco ha descartado el envío de tropas a Ucrania como garantía de seguridad en caso de alcanzar un acuerdo entre Kiev y Moscú. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que Ucrania está dispuesta. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que Ucrania está dispuesta a encontrar una vía. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que Ucrania está dispuesta a encontrar una vía diplomática para poner fin. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que está dispuesto a encontrar una vía diplomática para poner fin al conflicto, aunque evitó responder si está dispuesto. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que está dispuesto. Por su parte, Zelensky afirmó que Ucrania está dispuesta a encontrar una vía diplomática para poner fin al conflicto, pero evitó responder si está dispuesto a ceder territorio, como ha sugerido Trump, para alcanzar ese acuerdo. Sí. ¿Tienes la luz? Sí. Sí, Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump que va a llamar a Vladimir Putin tan pronto como termine su reunión aquí en el despacho Oval con Volodimir Zelenski. También ha dicho el mandatario de Estados Unidos, no ha descartado de hecho enviar tropas a Ucrania como garantías de seguridad en caso de alcanzar un acuerdo entre Kiev y Moscú. Por su parte, Zelenski afirmó que Ucrania está dispuesta a encontrar una vía diplomática para resolver el conflicto, pero ha negado a responder si está dispuesto a ceder territorio ucraniano. Uno, dos, tres, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, probando el audio. Oh my god. Es que Natalia siempre me da esas luces que son un poco malas, ¿eh? Da igual, siempre son flojas.
Está bien.
Un poquito más cerca. Vale. Ahora. Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump en el despacho Oval que es... Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump en el despacho Oval que va a llamar a Vladimir Putin tan pronto termine su encuentro con Zelenski. También ha dicho, tampoco ha descartado.
Korzystać z tego rybackiego takiego, tej miejscówki, takiej krzesełka?
Nie mamy w ogóle.
A nie ma?
Nie ma tego krzesełka rybackiego.
Ktoś zabrał.
Jest albo to krzesło, to normalne krzesło. Nie, ja tego rybackiego zupełnie nie znalazłem.
Takiego nie robimy jakiegoś takiego
Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump en el despacho Oval que llamará a Putin tan pronto termine su encuentro con Zelenski. Tampoco ha descartado el envío de tropas a Ucrania como garantía de seguridad en caso de alcanzar un acuerdo entre Kiev y Moscú. Por su parte, Zelenski ha... Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump en el despacho Oval que llamará a Vladimir Putin tan pronto termine su reunión con Zelenski. Tampoco ha descartado el presidente de Estados Unidos el envío de tropas a... hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump que llamará a Putin tan pronto.
Tak, ale no tak, zaraz sprawdzimy, jak trzeba to zrobić.
Sí, de hecho ha asegurado Donald Trump que llamará a Putin tan pronto termine su reunión con Zelensky. Tampoco ha descartado el presidente de Estados Unidos el envío de tropas a Ucrania como garantía de seguridad en caso de alcanzar un acuerdo entre Kiev y Moscú. Por su parte, Zelensky ha dicho que está abierto a la vía diplomática, pero ha rechazado responder preguntas sobre si está dispuesto a ceder territorio, como ha sugerido Donald Trump, en aras de la paz.
understanding.
That was not a great day. See the picture. Is everything okay? You all set? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We're full over. Can we go there? Yeah. You're going down to one of these rooms over there? You good? Yeah. Hey, I got your mind.
You got the stool? There's only one, you know, the whole, when you add it all up, it's... I met as a foreign dignitary, and I liked him from day one. And I like him even more now. That's pretty good. That's unusual. That's a pretty unusual thing. Prime Minister Meloni of Italy, who's a really a great leader and an inspiration over there. She's served now, even though she's a very young person, she's served there for a long period of time relative to others. They don't last very long. You've lasted a long time. You're going to be there a long time. Chancellor Merz of Germany, who is a very strong person and a very strong leader and very highly respected in Germany. And he's my friend, and it's an honor to have him as my friend. Thank you very much. Very good. You look great with your tan. Where did you get that tan? I want to get a tan like that. President Stubb of Finland, and he's somebody that, where are we here? Huh? Where? I'm right here. Oh. You look better than I've ever seen you look. But you've done a great job, and we wanted to have you here because you're somebody that we all respect. And you've had a lot to do with the success, I think, and the potential success. And thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. And the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, who is somebody that we just made a big deal with all of those countries. I don't know. I think you might be more powerful than all these guys at this table. I don't know. But we had a great negotiation, and you're respected all over the world. So I want to thank you very much for being here. It's a great honor to have you. The Alaska Summit reinforced my belief that while difficult, peace is within reach, and I believe that in a very significant step, President Putin agreed that Russia would accept security guarantees for Ukraine, and this is one of the key points that we need to consider, and we're going to be considering that at the table also, like who will do what, essentially. I'm optimistic that collectively we can reach an agreement that would deter any future aggression against Ukraine, and I actually think there won't be. I think that's even overrated, largely overrated, but we're going to find out, and I think that the European nations are going to take a lot of the burden. We're going to help them, and we're going to make it very secure. We also need to discuss the possible exchanges of territory, taking into consideration the current line of contact. That means the war zone, the war lines that are pretty obvious, very sad, actually, to look at them. And negotiating positions. President Putin, also, you have President of Ukraine, who is, you just met a little while ago, and we're going to try and get a three-party meeting, maybe as soon as we can. And I have a feeling you and President Putin are going to work something out. Ultimately, this is a decision that can only be made by President Zelenski and by the people of Ukraine working also together in agreement with President Putin. And I just think that's very good things are going to come of it. So I hope we have a good meeting. And if we can have a good meeting, I'll set up a meeting with President Putin. And if you'd like, I'll go to that meeting. And not that I want to do that, but I will do that because we want to save a lot of people from dying. A lot of people are dying, and we got to save them. We got to save it. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people sometimes a week. All of us would obviously prefer an immediate ceasefire while we work on a lasting peace, and maybe something like that could happen. As of this moment, it's not happening, but President Zelensky and President Putin can talk a little bit more about that. You know, in the 6 or so wars that we stopped, we haven't had a ceasefire. And so I don't know that it's necessary. You can do it through the war, but it would be, I like the ceasefire from another standpoint. You immediately stop the killing. But I believe a peace agreement at the end of all of this is something that's very attainable, and it can be done in the near future. With all of the wars that I got involved in, we only have this one left. Of course, as I walk out the door, there'll probably be a new one starting, and I'll get that stopped too. But I thought this was going to be one of the easier ones. It's actually one of the most difficult. They're very complex. The next step would be for a trilateral meeting, and that will be worked out. And I just look forward to working and having a great result. We're going to spend a lot of time today talking about, and we're really honored you guys came over. I mean, these are the heads of major countries and respected all over Europe. And they speak for, largely, I think I should say, but pretty much for the other countries of Europe. And we will come to a resolution today, I think, on almost everything, including probably the security. And that's pretty much the story. I'd like to say, Mr. President, would you like to say something? You have the media. If you want, you could come over and you could stand, you could use mine, or you could just turn around, whichever you feel comfortable with.
And we are very happy with President that all the leaders are here, and the security in Ukraine depends on the United States and on you and on those leaders who are with us in our hearts. They have been online before yesterday, and etc. So a lot of countries on the side of Ukraine, our people, and all of us want to finish this war, stop Russia, stop this war. We spoke about it, and we will speak more about security guarantees. This is very important that the United States gives such strong signal and is ready for security guarantees. The second point, or maybe the first, the humanitarian direction, very important to exchange all the prisoners, and I think that President will help. And I was very thankful to your wife again, Mr. President, for the letter about our abducted children, and I hope that really it can be a historic role for the people to bring kids back to the families and be happy. Will help, and I was very thankful to your wife again, Mr. President, for the letter about our abducted children, and I hope that really it can be a historic role for the people to bring kids back to the families and be happy.
Get the people back, yeah.
Yes, this is so important, and I'm happy that we discussed it, this track with the President Trump, and I hope that we will find decisions. And then what is very important, that all the sensitive things, territorial, etc., we will discuss on the level of leaders during trilateral meeting, and President Trump will try to organize such meeting, and he said that he will come or not come. Ukraine will be happy if you
both
participate.
Want me there, I will be there. Yeah,
yeah,
you know that.
Thank you. And I think this is very important. Yes, so security guarantees, bringing kids back, and all our people, not only warriors, first of all warriors, and all the civilians, journalists, a lot of people in prison. So we need them back. And guarantees which will work for the years. We spoke about it, and I showed the President a lot of details on the battlefield, on the map. Thank you so much. Thank you for the map, by the way.
Good map.
It was great. Yeah. I'm thinking how to take it back.
We'll get you.
No. I think that we had constructive, specific meeting, and I'm very thankful to all the leaders who are here, and you help a lot, and so we are happy that we have such big unity today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much,
for hosting us.
Mr. President. I think you'll see that President Putin really would like to do something else. I think when we set that up, when we do, I think it's going to be when, not if. I think you're going to see some really positive moves. I know there's over 1,000 prisoners, and I know they're going to release them. Maybe they're going to release them very soon, like immediately, which I think is great. But we're going to set that up today after this meeting. So very good and great remarks. I appreciate it. Mark, as head of NATO, maybe you could say a few words, please.
Yes, I will be very brief. I really want to thank you, President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock, basically with President Putin by starting that dialogue. And I think it was in February that you had the first phone call, and from there we are now where we are today. And that is, I think, if we play this well, we could end this. And we have to end this. We have to stop the killing. We have to stop the destruction of Ukraine's infrastructure. It is a terrible war. So I'm really excited. And let's make the best out of today and make sure that from today onwards, we get this thing to an end as soon as possible. I really want to thank you for your leadership, what you are doing for Volodymyr, but of course also all the European colleagues. It is really crucial. And the fact that you have said, I'm willing to participate in the security guarantees is a big step. It's really a breakthrough, and it makes all the difference. So also thank you for that.
Well, NATO also has agreed from 2% to 5%, which is something that is a massive amount of money. And it's 2% that wasn't always paid to 5% that is paid. That's a big difference. And so we appreciate that. That was a great move. Thank you very much. Ursula, maybe on behalf of the Commission, you could say a couple of words.
Yes. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And it's a very important moment. Indeed, we are here, Europeans, as friends and allies. We had a fantastic NATO summit. Together as the two largest and biggest economies in the world, we had the largest trade deal ever agreed. And now we are here to work together with you on a just and lasting peace for Ukraine. Stop the killing. This is really our common interest, stop the killing. And indeed, it's very good to hear that we're working on the security guarantees, Article 5 life security guarantees, so important. But I want to thank you also that you mentioned the thousands of Ukrainian children that have been abducted. And as a mother and grandmother, every single child has to go back to its family. This should be one of our main priorities also in these negotiations, to make sure that the children come back to Ukraine, to their families.
Thank you. And we did. I was just thinking we're here for a different reason, but we just a couple of weeks ago made the largest trade deal in history. So that's a big thing, and congratulations. That's great. Thank you very much, Ursula. Mr. Chancellor from Germany, a very, very great leader.
Mr. President,
Please.
dear Donald, many thanks for having us today. I think this is extremely helpful that we are meeting and hearing that the two of you are having such a good meeting today here in Washington. The next steps ahead are the more complicated ones now. The path is open. You opened it last Friday. But now the way is open for complicated negotiations. And to be honest, we all would like to see a ceasefire, the latest from the next meeting on. I can't imagine that the next meeting would take place without a ceasefire. So let's work on that, and let's try to put pressure on Russia, because the credibility of these efforts we are undertaking today, are depending on at least a ceasefire from the beginning of the serious negotiations from next step on. So I would like to emphasize this aspect and would like to see a ceasefire from the next meeting, which should be a trilateral meeting wherever it takes place.
Well, we're going to let the president go over and talk to the president, and we'll see how that works out, and if we can do that. I will say, and again I say it, in the 6 wars that I've settled, I haven't had a ceasefire. We just got into negotiations, and one of the wars was, as you know, in the Congo was 31 years long. Another one that we settled last week with 2 great countries was 35 years going on, and we had no ceasefire. So if we can do the ceasefire, great. And if we don't do a ceasefire, because many other points were given to us, many points were given to us, great points. Please, Georgia, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Donald, Mr. President, for hosting us today in this important meeting. And I think it is an important day, a new phase, after 3 years and a half that we didn't see any kind of sign from the Russian side that there was a willing for dialogue. So something is changing, something has changed, thanks to you. Thanks also to the stalling in the battlefield, which was achieved with the bravery of Ukrainians and with the unity that we all provided to Ukraine. And the reason why I mention it is that we also have to remind that if we want to reach peace and if we want to guarantee justice, we have to do it united. So that's why it's a very good day, the one we are in. You can obviously count on Italy as it was from the beginning. We are on the side of Ukraine, and we do absolutely support your efforts towards peace. We will talk about many important topics. The first one is security guarantees, how to be sure that it won't happen again, which is the precondition of every kind of peace. I'm happy that we will discuss about that. I'm happy that we will begin from a proposal, which is the, let's say, Article 5 model, which was Italian at the beginning. So we are always ready to bring our proposals for peace, for dialogue. It's something we have to build together to guarantee peace and to defend the security of our nation. So thank you, Mr. President, for hosting us.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel?
Thank you, Mr. President, for organizing this meeting and for your commitment. And I just have to say here, everybody around this table is in favor of peace. And we work very hard, and we've worked very hard during the past few years to have a peace which is a robust and long-standing peace. This is why the idea of a trilateral meeting is very important, because this is the only way to fix it. And by the way, I think as a follow-up, we would need probably a quadrilateral meeting, because when we speak about security guarantees, we speak about the whole security of the European continent. And this is why we are all united here with Ukraine on this matter. In order to organize such a trilateral meeting, your idea to ask for a truce or a ceasefire, at least to stop the killings, as we discuss, is a necessity. And we all support this idea. And in order to have such a long-standing peace for Ukraine and for the whole continent, we do need these security guarantees. And the first one is clearly a credible Ukrainian army for the years and decades to come. And the second one is our own commitment, all of us. And we worked very hard during the past few months amongst the coalition of the willings with the support of NATO to build the different pillars of security guarantees and our commitments. And you can be sure that Europeans are very lucid about the fact that they have their fair share in these security guarantees for Ukraine, but their own security is clearly at stake in this situation. So you can count on us as we can count on you in order to deliver this robust peace for both Ukraine and Europe.
Thank you very much, Elena. Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you for hosting us here. Can I start where Emmanuel started, which is we all want peace. The war in Ukraine has had a huge impact, particularly on the Ukrainians who bore the brunt of it, but it's also had impact on Europe and on the United Kingdom. There's not a family or community that hasn't been affected. And when we talk about security, we're talking about the security not just of Ukraine, we're talking about the security of Europe and the United Kingdom as well, which is why this is such an important issue. I think this is such an important meeting. As a group, I think we've had a discussion on the phone a number of times, Mr. President, but be able now to be around the table to take it forward. And I really feel that we can, I think, with the right approach this afternoon, make real progress, particularly on the security guarantees. And your indication of security guarantees, some sort of Article 5 style guarantees, fits with what we've been doing with the Coalition Willing, which we started some months ago, bringing countries together and showing that we were prepared to step up to the plate when it came to security. With you coming alongside, the US alongside what we've already developed, I think we could take a really important step forward today, a historic step actually, could come out of this meeting in terms of security for Ukraine and security in Europe. I also feel that we can make real progress towards a just and lasting outcome. Obviously that has to involve Ukraine, and a trilateral meeting seems the sensible next step, so thank you for being prepared to take that forward, because I think if we can ensure that that is the progress out of this meeting, both security guarantees and some sort of progress on trilateral meeting of some sort to bring some of the difficult issues to a head, then I think today will be seen as a very important day in recent years in relation to a conflict which has gone on for 3 and a bit years, and so far nobody's been able to bring it to this point, so I thank you for that.
Well, thank you very much, and you know, it's very interesting because this is the first for the White House. You can't say that very often. We've seen a lot over the years, since 1800, 1799, to be almost exact. But this is the first where we've had so many prime ministers, presidents, the heads of European nations. And by the way, Alex, I'd like you to say a couple of words too. You're a young, powerful man. Before I finish up, I want you to say a couple of words. Go ahead.
I'll take the notion of youth back to my wife and try to convince her. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think in the past 2 weeks we've probably had more progress in ending this war than we have in the past 3.5 years. And I think the fact that we're around this table today is very much symbolic in the sense that it's Team Europe and Team United States helping Ukraine. And the progress that we're looking out of this meeting is about the security guarantees, which are a big part of this. And then, of course, moving towards a process with a trilateral meeting with you and President Putin and President Zelenski. Some of the international media might wonder, why is the President of Finland here? I think the reason is probably that we might come from a small country, but we have a long border with Russia, over 800 miles. And we, of course, have our own historical experience with Russia from World War II, the Winter War and the War of Continuation. And if I look at the silver lining of where we stand right now, we found a solution in 1944, and I'm sure that we'll be able to find a solution in 2025 to end Russia's war of aggression and find and get a lasting and just peace. The situation is very difficult, but that's why we're here.
Thank you, Alex, very much. Good job. So we're going to be meeting for a while, and we're going to discuss some of the issues. And I don't think there's any issue that's overly complex. It's at a point now where people want to do things. I really do believe. I've known him for a long time. I've always had a great relationship with him. I think that President Putin wants to find an answer too. And we'll see. And in a certain period of time, not very far from now, a week or 2 weeks, we're going to know whether or not we're going to solve this, or is this horrible fighting going to continue. We'll do our best to get it ended. And I believe you have two willing parties, and usually that's good news, but two willing parties that want to make a deal. And we'll journey together, and we'll go over, and we'll see if it can be done. And it's possible it might not be able to be done. On the other hand, it's possible it will, and we're going to save thousands and thousands of lives a week. And so it's something we really have to do. And or at least we have to give it our best. It's all you can do. You can give it your best. But I think we may have a very good outcome. So I want to thank you all, and the media, I want to thank you. We're going to be staying here for a little while. Then we're going to walk over to the Oval Office, and we're going to have another little discussion about similar matters. And then they're going to go home to their great countries and report. And I'm going to remain here and work, and you're going to go and work. We're all going to be working. We may be in a different location, but that's what we know how to do, is work. But I want to thank the media. Has been actually very fair, generally speaking, very fair. I think it's important that they're fair, because this is a very important subject. We have to get it ended, and so that's all we ask for, is fairness with the media. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being so fair.
Thank you, Donald.
All the time.
But he loves it. He loves it. For he does it always. I never want to speak with my friend.
He's a very good player, golfer, you know.
Yeah, I know.
He went to college.
But he says you always win.